I have a treat for you. Pour yourself a cup of coffee. This is a recipe for Belizean Fry Jacks that was made with butter and self-rising flour. Once you see how easy it is to make these fry jacks, you'll proudly serve them to anyone. So sit back and enjoy this video. In a large bowl, you'll add 2 cups of self-rising flour. To the flour, you'll add 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. Blend these 2 ingredients together with a pastry cutter or with a fork. Then add a little less than 3/4 cup of water. This is room temperature water. Continue blending with a pastry cutter or with a fork to incorporate the ingredients as much as possible. Continue blending the mixture as much as you can to form a soft ball. Once the soft ball is formed, you can begin kneading the dough. Sprinkle a work surface with some flour and begin kneading the dough. If the dough is too sticky, you can continue to add flour to the kneading surface. Continue to knead the dough for about 5 to 10 minutes, adding more flour if the dough is too sticky. Continue kneading until the dough is firm. For this recipe, I ended up using an additional 1/3 cup of flour on my work surface until the dough was no longer sticky. Once this dough is properly kneaded, I'll make them into round dough balls and let them rest for about 15 to 25 minutes. After you have been kneading the dough between 5 to 10 minutes, it's time to cut the dough into 2 equal parts. Add a little bit more flour to the surface and roll into a log shape. Then start cutting into smaller sizes. I usually use the first cut of the dough as a guideline to determine the size of each round balls. Roll each piece of dough to make a small round ball. This recipe yields 10 round balls. We'll cut each round into half, so that will yield about 20 pieces of fry jacks. Place the round balls into a container and proceed to roll the rest of the dough. We'll cover this container and let the dough rest for about 15 to 25 minutes. Add some flour to the work surface and flatten each piece of dough with your hands or with a rolling pin. After I'm done flattening out a piece of dough, I usually cut the dough in half. Then I let it rest while I finish this process. Continue to flour your work surface. Flatten each piece of dough and cutting them in half until you have done this to each dough ball. When you're down to the final dough ball, go ahead and heat 2 cups of vegetable oil in a frying pan. Heat the vegetable oil for at least 10 minutes. Drop 2 pieces of dough in the hot oil and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes or until golden brown. Flip the dough over and continue frying until golden brown. Continue this process with each piece of dough, cooking on one side until golden brown, then flipping them over and cooking until golden brown. Fry the dough just 2 pieces at a time. If the oil temperature becomes too hot, you can go ahead and lower the temperature on the stove. I'll be serving these fry jacks with scrambled eggs and sausages. You can also add some honey and cinnamon sugar to the fry jacks as a tasty dessert treat. This is the finished product. Belizean Fry Jacks made with butter. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this video with family and friends. Thanks for watching and God bless.